After his recent arrest for some serious alleged offences, things seem to be going from bad to worse for young Philly. While the age of consent in the UK is 16, a girl has come forward years later, claiming she was involved with Philly when she was just 17. A video of this incident went viral years ago, but now everyone is wondering, what could young Philly's sentence be? Make sure to stick around until the end of the video for all the details. Many were shocked by his arrest, but what's even more surprising is how few people are standing by him, as these are still just allegations and he hasn't been officially charged yet. Most of his friends and co-workers are distancing themselves from the situation. First, let's take a look at how things escalated to this point before we get into the reactions from people around him. Everything seemed to be going well for Philly while he was on tour in Australia, with fans excited for his shows in Perth, Melbourne and Sydney. Then, unexpectedly, Australian federal officers led him out of a bar and into an unmarked police car. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future celebrity updates. As mentioned earlier, a 17-year-old has come forward with her alleged traumatic experience involving young Philly, and her video has almost 1 million views, sparking a huge conversation online.
Never planned on saying anything at all. It's only because of what's come out now that I feel like I should have said something in the past. I should say something now. 4 years ago, I spoke to young Philly on Instagram DM. He DM'd me and I ended up going to his flat. Him and his management, they worked very hard to manipulate me. Obviously, me when I was 17, and to make me feel like if I said anything, then they could ruin my life would be over, it'd be awful for me, awful for my mental health. So they convinced me to stay quiet. And right now I just feel awful because I feel like in light of what's happened to this poor woman in Australia, maybe it could have been prevented if I'd said something before. I was 17, and when it first happened, the incident, I didn't have anyone to talk to about it. I was very alone. I was very embarrassed and I literally didn't know what to do. I didn't want to talk about it then, and to be honest, I don't want to talk about it now. I don't want to go into details. It's embarrassing and it's horrible to relive it. However, I also don't want him to get away with this.
When something like this happens, many think it's just for attention, especially with his reputation being in trouble right now. Others, however, are praising her for speaking up about her alleged experience. Most of the comments on the video are asking why she's speaking out now. To those questioning her timing, sometimes it takes someone else standing up for you to find your own voice. If you have evidence, report it to the police in Perth, not TikTok. Before this shocking arrest, witnesses said they saw him having fun at the club, which made the situation even more surprising. Philly is now facing serious allegations with CCTV footage and the victim's injuries being presented in court. Even though he was granted bail, the conditions are very strict.
My people's, like everyone, I've heard the reports coming out of Australia. Whilst I understand many of you want my reaction on it, as this is an ongoing court case, I hope you guys can understand that I can't and won't be commenting on it publicly. So yeah, I've just come on here to basically let you know the reasons as to why I can't. Love.
He isn't allowed to talk to the victim or discuss the case online, and he must stay in Western Australia and report to the police every day. He also had to provide $100,000 as a guarantee, showing just how serious the situation is. For those who don't know, young Philly's arrest has shocked millions of his fans. He has a huge following on social media platforms like Instagram and YouTube, and many looked up to him. Fans and other creators are stunned, especially since Philly is closely associated with groups like Beta Squad and the Sidemen, both of which are big names in the UK scene. Recently, his close friend and business partner, Chunkz, finally spoke out about the allegations. Whether young Philly is guilty or not, his reputation has taken a major hit, and the media has dragged his name through the mud, damaging his image. Another major point is that the sidemen removed their 20 versus 1 video featuring young Philly, which was one of their most popular videos with over 40 million views before his arrest. Following the news, companies like Foot Asylum, the Football Association, FA, Hinge and ASOS quickly cut ties with him. Many of his social media friends have also reacted to the situation, with popular figure Danny Aarons sharing his thoughts during a recent live stream.
Oh yes, boys. This whole situation, I don't know what do you know what I mean? What do I do? Lads, I found out the same time as you lot, probably later, to be fair, because I'm not gonna lie, I overslept. Lads, I'm as shocked as you lot are. I'm like, hand on heart, generally, I'm as shocked as you lot are. Look, I'm just gonna play FIFA, man. Like, let's just chill, play the RTG, like, what do you want me to do, mate?
Before we dive deeper into the video, what are your honest thoughts on the situation? Were you surprised when the news broke, or did you feel like something like this could happen eventually? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Another close friend of young Philly is Angry Ginge, who he plays Girth and Turf Pro Clubs with. Ginge was completely shocked when he heard the news that morning when it came out cut. It's understandable that brands might act even faster and more decisively in situations like this, especially since these are actual charges, not just rumors or allegations. Social media often turns into a courtroom where people dig up old tweets, videos, and clips to support their opinions. Suddenly, things that once seemed harmless are viewed differently. Even without all the evidence, some people assume guilt based just on the arrest, and the story takes on a life of its own as others share their interpretations. Only time will tell how this case unfolds. The next update is expected around December when the trial begins, which is likely when any CCTV footage will be released, giving a clearer picture of what really happened. That wraps up today's video. Don't forget to subscribe for celebrity updates and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. See you in the next one.